The Washington Post is now reporting that at least one member of former President Donald Trump's legal team has hired her own attorney. Because it's always fun when lawyers have to lawyer up. Now, this is, of course, related to the DOJ investigation into the stolen documents recovered from Mar-a-Lago. According to the report, Trump attorneys Christina Bobb and Evan Corcoran have confirmed to the Justice Department that Trump had handed over all classified records from his Mar-a-Lago residence in response to a May subpoena. That, of course, was not true. Prosecutors said their response was incomplete after the FBI searched and found more documents at Mar-a-Lago and cited evidence of obstructive conduct in response to the subpoena. Bobb has since hired her own lawyer, Florida-based former prosecutor John Lauro, and made it known to Trump allies that she is willing to cooperate and be interviewed by the Justice Department, according to the Post. And colleagues have similarly urged Corcoran to hire a defense lawyer, criminal defense lawyer, very important, because, well, of his response to the subpoena. Again, always not a good sign when you have your lawyer have to get a lawyer because it looks like you might have lied to the FBI. But yes, all the best people, he hires the best people, the greatest people, the most tremendous people. Isn't that amazing? I mean, it really is. It really is. That said, look, we don't know for sure that she lied. There's two possibilities. She lied or someone lied to her. So now Bobb had signed a document affirming that Trump handed over all the documents that are responsive to the subpoena after conducting what she claimed was a diligent search, or what they had deemed a diligent search. I don't know if she was actually out there searching herself. So now Corcoran also made a similar statement, and Bobb claims, oh, no. The document that I signed stating that, completely accurate. As far as I know, yes, we had handed over everything. But she also, interestingly enough, told Right Side Broadcasting Network that she was not acting as Trump's attorney while serving as a custodian of records when responding to the subpoena. Wait, so she says, well, look, I was there, I signed the documents, but not as Trump's lawyer. No, I was a custodian of documents. I wasn't representing Trump at all. Now, again, that's really weird. Why would she do that? Well, since she claims that she wasn't acting as Trump's lawyer during that time, the DOJ is able to compel her testimony more easily, which, again, I guess it could go either, two ways, right? On that. So if she's not representing Trump, she could say that, well, Trump, I wasn't defending Donald Trump. And I didn't lie. As far as I know, the information was accurate. Now, Bobb said, quote, I think people were a little bit confused. I am on President Trump's legal team. I do work for him on election issues, but I was never on the legal team handling this case. Just to be clear on that, which is why I came in as the custodian of records, because I wasn't on that team. So, look, she's trying to lay out her defense, in my case, right? That's what I think. Oh, and look, I wasn't his lawyer. I was simply doing records. He can't accuse me of lying on his behalf because I wasn't on his behalf. I wasn't even lying. I wasn't even working for him on that case. Is that true? Again, I have no idea. Who's to say that she knew more documents existed or not? You can speculate, and I certainly have, and certainly a lot of you are. But in my case, it's one thing to sit there and go on Newsmax and lie your ass off day in, day out, right? That's because you won't go to prison for it. I mean, you're never going to really get in trouble for that unless you do massive defamation, and that's incredibly difficult to prove. You can lie on TV, and Christina Bobb, she did that for a living. However, when you're in a courtroom, when you're talking to the Department of Justice, well, that's a lot different. That is hugely different. You can't lie there because there are significant consequences if you do. that said, a lot of dumb people did work for Donald Trump. And so, is it outside of the realm of possibility that they'd lie for him? No, not at all. Not outside the realm of possibility. In fact, Michael Cohen literally went to prison for Trump on his behalf. He used to be the co-conspirator to Donald Trump. As far as Bob, again, she went on OAN and spouted election interference or election nonsense, right? About they stole the election. The Democrats, Joe Biden, the deep state. Well, just all sorts of complete and utter, again, nonsense, falsehoods, not true. Now, either she was stupid enough to believe the things that she was saying, which is certainly possible, or she counted on everyone else who was watching her to be stupid enough to believe her in order to give her money, having her job. Which of those things happens to be true remains to be seen, honestly. Now, if she lied, that's huge. Now, if she didn't, and the DOJ compels her to testify, and she does so truthfully, well, she would have to, unless she pleads to fifth, she would have to testify who that person is that told her that there were no more documents at Mar-a-Lago. Who that person would be, I don't know. It could be Trump. It could be someone else. But somebody's going to go under that bus. Because that bus is coming. Ain't nobody going to stop it. Again, Trump stole documents that didn't belong to him. And then, again, had his lawyers, whether willingly or not, lie to the FBI. Not a good thing. So now, as for Corcoran, who was referenced by Trump's attorney in court documents, who is referenced as Trump's attorney, has also been counseled by colleagues to grab a lawyer. He has since, of course, refused, saying, "Oh, I don't need no lawyer." Now, either, again, he was, lied to, or I don't know, or maybe he thinks that everyone else is stupid and that he's got a great defense. I don't know. Either way, it's not a good look to have, your lawyers in the metaphorical crosshairs by the DOJ for assisting in obstruction. And I think it's a good reminder that it's as to why lawyers have avoided representing Donald Trump. Even Chris Keys, who already got paid $3 million in advance because all of his lawyers get stiffed, has been sidelined from the DOJ investigation. Now, we don't know why that is. Oh, it's very unclear, says all the reports. But look, there are other reports that say that Keys had tried to take a less aggressive approach to lower the temperature, and that's in opposition to what Trump and the other lawyers want to do. They want to be more aggressive. Now, here's the thing about Keys. He's actually probably the most qualified lawyer in the Trump team that they were able to recruit. Again, they had to pay the donors, had to pay $3 million to have him retained. And the fact that he's not even working on this case, I mean, I think that could do, look, him not wanting to work on this case, it was probably a result of him saying, I'm not going to lie for you. I'm not going to lie. I'm not going to do anything ridiculous. So what I'm going to do here is, yes, if you want me to, I will represent you the best that I can, but I'm not going to lie for you because that affects me. That could damage me personally. And I'm not interested in that. Then you have Bob and the other clown lawyers that might have actually lied on his behalf. So, again, this really does show you that this situation it's starting to get real bad for his lawyers, but yet still remains to be seen as being bad, specifically for Donald Trump. Because we, again, haven't seen any sort of possibility of consequences coming his way. But for his lawyers, better watch out. That bus is coming. Beep, beep, bitch.